The year was 2020. I had just given birth to the greatest PC building dog that ever lived and was born in the land of boxing kangaroos and drop bears. His first words, Micro Center.
What?
When I heard those words come out of his long face, we left our family and friends behind, jumped on a plane and moved within 15 minutes of this tech paradise. Since then, Hank has built, benchmarked, and flipped 500 million PCs using Micro Center, open box, and refurbish and become YouTube's most famous tech tuber.
That's what I'm talking about.
But there are two serious problems. First, most people don't live near a Micro Center, and secondly, a lot of people don't want to build with used parts.
What?
Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, this long-R glizzy is up to the challenge. Today we have assembled the Avengers equivalent of brand new PC parts without using anything from Micro Center to build the most optimal price to performance PC for $1,250, mate. But this wouldn't be a Weenie Tech builds PC without putting the two behemoth GPU companies up against each other. Introducing the challenger, literally the Radeon RX 9070 from ASRock. A beastly 3-fan design blacked out GPU with 16 gigabytes of VRAM and a smidge of RGB. But for you ASMR lovers, can we do a lovely little plastic peel to soothe your souls? Let's find out. Not bad at all, mate, and she's looking like an absolute snack. We got this beauty for $599 brand new off Newegg. Keep in mind the actual MSRP of this card was $500, and this is the cheapest version currently available, so it's 20% over the original MSRP, which is actually quite ridiculous. But mate, this is the world we live in, and you'll see she performs great and isn't too bad on the eyes either. In introducing the opponent, the MSI Ventus 2X GeForce RTX 5070, all white, mate. Let's peel the plastic. Oh mate, that was an epic peel. Nvidia wins the peeling contest in this battle. 2-fan design, a bit of a small fella, but looks nice. The MSRP for the 5070s is $550, and there are actually cards available at this price point, but we paid the good old white tax for this thing, mate. $629, but we needed it so we could add another variable to this battle. That's right, black versus white PCs, baby. Joining the two cards together with Hank's long R head blocking the way, while AMD has made massive leaps forward with FSR4, Nvidia DLSS is still preferred by the masses, and it has better ray tracing as well. But AMD has stepped up here with 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which future-proofs this bad boy much better. And throwing the glizzy next to these two cards, you can see the MSI card is about 3/10 the size of him, while the AMD card is around 5 to 6/10 of the sausage. We'll discuss which card we recommend using at the end, but it's time to introduce the parts, mate, starting with the motherboard. The B650 market right now is atrociously expensive for brand new boards. So in terms of the best price to performance new board that we could actually find in the US, it was this Asus Prime B650 plus Wi-Fi, mate. Prices will fluctuate, but we got it last week for $129 off Amazon, and it's a decent board for the price. Two M.2s, USB-C, Gen 5 support, Wi-Fi 6E, and a decent rear I/O, mate. And of course, it comes with an I/O shield and Wi-Fi antenna.
Nice.
Keep in mind for this build, we're only using brand new parts, so this is the only board on the AM5 platform that's going to get us under our $1,250 price point. But keep a lookout on Newegg and Amazon for some boards around the $110 to $130 price range from a reputable brand, and you'll be good. And for the first time on this channel, mate, we are pairing it with this brand new featured CPU, mate. This bad boy right here, the Ryzen 5 9600X. 6 cores, 12 threads, and this thing will fit just like a glove when paired with these two GPUs. Brand new on Amazon right now, you are looking at $174, which isn't bad, mate. The only better value chip brand new right now that I can find is the 7500F on Newegg for $140, which is an absolute steal and should also pair well with the 5070 and the 9070, mate. But we are going with the newer Zen 5 9600X for these babies just so we could try it out.
What is that?
Next up for the RAM, mate, and Kingsbank is seriously bringing the heat for this battle. DDR5, 32 gigabytes, 6,000 mega transfers per second, and CL36 timings for $69, mate. Absolutely incredible value. Ideally, CL30 timings is better if you're a sweaty PC elitist, but you are looking at around $90 for extremely minimal gains at best. So if you're on a tight budget like we are here, go with Kingsbank, mate, but we'll put the cheapest CL30 RAM down the bottom in the comments. Hold up a second, something seems seriously off about these videos. What is it? My lord, I thought this was Hank throwing the CPU and the RAM in. What is this, mate? You've got a stunt double now? This dude gets 5K subs on YouTube and all of a sudden he's some big shot that's too good for building. Go push those RAM sticks in right now, please. Thanks for doing that, buddy, and sorry for disturbing you, mate. Seriously, this is your channel, for God's sakes. Next up, the SSD. Just get any Gen 4 1TB drive that's under 60 bucks and over 5,000 megabytes per second. We regularly use Kingston on this channel. She works great, no issues ever with these things, and we got it for 56 bucks, but it fluctuates from 52 to 60 bucks, so keep an eye out for these deals. For God's sake, so remove the protective sticker on these bad boys or your childhood crush will marry your arch nemesis. Start a successful YouTube channel building PCs with their cat. Call it Whisker Tech Builds. Get 1 million followers and spread misinformation that dachshunds are the worst breeds of dogs ever. Why'd you leave me, Diane? I mean, yeah, SSD go fast. Anyway, mate, time for cooling, and while the old 7600X used to get hotter than an Irish bathhouse, this Zen 5 architecture runs more efficiently and is easy to cool, but even still, mate, $1,250 budget, we are throwing in an AIO, and of course we're going with the GOAT Thermalright, baby. Aqua Elite 360 ARGB. We haven't used this particular model before, but 50 bucks, mate. You can save money here with an air cooler from Thermalright. They're usually around 18 bucks, but we are selling this thing in a later episode, and people want AIOs with their builds, and 50 bucks with 3 fans included? Sign me up. Plus it attaches to these original backplate mounts, so no hardware attachments required right now. Hell of a deal. And look at this, mate. Look how enthusiastic our new builder Frank is in the back. He looks so happy to be involved while our sleepy glizzy Hank is snoozing on the job. All right, Frank, we're subbing you in for this one. We've got the completed boards and the respective GPUs. Please introduce the cases for us, buddy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All right, fine. He's just shy. This is his first time after all. Montech King 65 Pro. An absolutely astonishing case. We had built in the King 95 Pro many moons ago, and we absolutely loved it, but we didn't even realize this case existed. The build quality is seriously fantastic. 3 pre-installed fans, 2 USBs, and a USB-C front I/O. A huge amount of room to build in, ARGB fan hubs, and an incredible 74 bucks off Amazon. However, we've already failed this challenge, mate, because for some reason they've just disappeared off Amazon and are no longer in stock. Logan blunder on my end, mate. They were in stock when we filmed this. In this case, let me give you some alternatives really quickly. The first, Sama SV02. We built with it last week, and it is the GOAT case for PC flipping, so go check it out. It's 69 bucks on Newegg.
Nice.
Next up, we've got the Montech XR for 69 bucks. We built with it a few weeks ago with the 9070 XT. Another god tier level budget case, and absolutely stunning value. But if you want something different, this Okonos walnut type fish tank case is a beast. We're going to be building with it for an upcoming episode, so keep an eye out for that. But 71 bucks after this 10% coupon is applied. All 3 of these options will look great and get you sales, mate, and they are linked down below. And finally, we introduced the PSU, mate. By far the best bang for buck 800 watt power supply that you can find for 65 bucks every day of the week on Amazon. That's right, we are a broken record, mate. A Pevia Prestige 800 watts, Tier C, which is all you need for gaming. I challenge you right now in the comments, find me a Tier C or above power supply at 800 watts for 65 bucks or less. Otherwise, hit the road, Jack, and do not come back. At this point, you'd think we would be sponsored by a Pevia, but nah, mate. We just enjoy a good budget PSU that's reliable, and that's exactly what this is. Once we have thrown that in the case, mate, we've got Frank here to help wire it all up. First off, throw in your USB and your USB-C ports just underneath the 24-pin connector located on the right of the motherboard, as so. Next up, the F panel, and we love a case that has a full F panel connector instead of individual cables. It's located on the far right-hand side of the motherboard, and then you have the HD audio on the far left. For a more in-depth guide on installing these cables, particularly for F panels that are individual cables, see our previous videos, mate. And next up, we have these cable extensions from Asia Horse for the 4-pin CPU and the 24-pin connector. 16 bucks. Link is down below. Attach the extensions to the cables from the power supply like so. Feed them through so they go to the front of the case. Throw your 4-pin power connector up here. It's in the top left corner of the motherboard. Thank you, Frank, for helping us out. That's so kind of you. And finally, the 24-pin connector. Throw it down like the hammer of Thor. But wait a minute, where is Frank? Good lord, mate. Hank has attacked him. Mate, you can't just sleep the whole time, get jealous, and attack your assistant, mate. Put Frank down. Let me throw the AIO in, and you can help me install the GPUs, all right? You jealous freak. Now, for most people, including myself when I first started building PCs, AIOs seem intimidating, mate, but it's easier than your mother after a couple of dirty Shirleys at the bar. Given we showed how to install the cables for the white PC, we will now show you how to install the AIO radiator for the black one, mate, so we have full equality on this channel. The top of these cases pops off very easily, and you'll see the mounting holes on the top. Slide the radiator in like so, throw a couple of screws in to hold it in place, and then screw the rest of them in. The screws come with the mounting hardware that's located in your AAO box, and easy peasy, mate, the radiator is installed. But while that was easy, it's about to get a whole lot more difficult, mate. The New York Times called this segment a disgrace to YouTube. That's right, double application of the thermal paste, mate. 2 CPUs, 2 pastes, 1 weenie man. Let's do it.
What the hell is even that?
And we have airballed badly, mate. My God, I'm so sorry. We have no coordination, and I have absolutely no grip strength in my left hand. What an absolute choke. My goodness, that's a lot of paste. You do not need this much paste. Do not copy us, mate. We are just a fiend when it comes to thermal paste. For God's sakes, before you install the pump head onto the CPU, remove the protective stickers off the AAO, or your PC will turn into a raging inferno, and you will get diarrhea. Loosen these screws up and line the holes up with the mounting bracket like so. Then once each of them is on these little grooves, tighten them down little by little, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch is your long lost niece, mate. You are good to go. But oh, you thought we were done with the double insertions? Nah, mate, the weenie is finally back, and as per usual, we are doing it the hard way. Double insertion of the GPUs. We choked on the paste, mate. Can we redeem ourselves while our self-proclaimed influencer dog, who was too good to help us out, is sitting up there like some sort of Playboy centerfold model? Let's find out, mate. Let the cards have one little scrap like me and my brother did before we were fighting for the last pieces of food. And then grab both of them and just yeet them in as hard as you can into the top PCIe slot. And that is too easy, mate. We are literally the king of this. But this silly slinker is telling me the cards aren't in properly, so just in case, he is gonna push them in. Wow, thanks, buddy. Aren't you just helpful? Let's turn these suckers on. And here is the final product, and they are looking absolutely fantastic, mate. We do need to do some cable management because it's looking pretty terrible right now, and unfortunately, you will need to use an adapter for the RTX 5070 that comes in black, so we can't use white extensions on these, which is a bit of an eyesore, but it is what it is, mate. It doesn't matter. Once the rainbow ARGB is spewing everywhere, you will barely notice it. So let's go to turn this thing on, and excuse me, mate. Are you alright?
What the dog doing?
He is here to apologize for his behavior. All the fame got to his head. We forgive you, mate. You're a good boy. Now let's turn it on. Sweet baby Zeus, these things look amazing. Let's throw the long boy on top so we can see them properly because his long body is in the way right now. And it is looking pretty good. Actually, no, the ARGB isn't on the pump head on the right, mate. We have failed.
We'll get 'em next time.
There we go, mate. These things are looking absolutely incredible. We've got the big, mean Team Green Nvidia machine over on the left looking like it's just come back from the all-white Michael Rubin party. And on the right, it looks like we've got Darth Vader himself turned into the dark side to slay Nvidia once and for all. The bottom of the case looks pretty empty, though, and given that we have replaced 1 million fans in the past with Infinity fans, we have a stack of these empty fans lying around. Just look at this box. So count down from 3, 2, 1, and oh yeah, baby, this is what I'm talking about. By far the best PCs we've ever built on this channel, hands down, and I say that every single episode, mate. We are just getting better and better. And you're telling me these puppies only cost $1,250? Get out of town, Jack. 9 customizable ARGB fans per case, and yes, I installed a SAG bracket on the 3-card fan before you all start crying per usual, mate. So get out of my comments with that nonsense. And if you can honestly go down to the comments right now and tell me that this white 2-card fan needs a SAG bracket, I am jumping through your computer screen and we are gonna start wrestling, mate. This thing doesn't need a SAG bracket. Look at it. It's sitting straight. Now, I keep saying budget build, but $1,250 ain't cheap by any means. Is it possible to build something similar for under $1,000, mate? Absolutely. And if you go for open box and refurbished deals off Amazon, Newegg, and Micro Center, it can be done. And if you want to see me do that, comment down below and I'll hook it up for a future video. But for all brand new parts, pricing it out, mate, we are sitting at 1,246 American freedom dollars, which equals $1,730 1,913 Canadian buckaroos, 1,916 Aussie buccarinos, 1,074 European Heimburgers, 365,097 Greek chicken gyros, 914 Great British Greg's pasties, 107,212 Indian curries, 68,928,000 Vietnamese photos, 111,818,947 Lebanese kebabs, 4,600 Polish sausages, 175,179 Kenyan ugalis, 3,162,179 Zimbabwean mopane worms, 180,914 Japanese sushis, 5,575 Romanian Somalis, 44,585 Turkish baklavas, 9,855,045 Venezuelan enchiladas, 1,865 Nasi Lemex, 88,930 Russian beef stroganoffs, 2,489 squirrel skins, 0.0001852 Bitcoin, 0.5 Ethereum, 70,843 Filipino adobos, 18,967,974 Indonesian Nazi gorings, 8.15 Solana, 57,097 spider legs, and 104,813 Bangladeshi lentils. Let me know down below if I butchered the pronunciation of some of those foods, mate. I have no idea how to pronounce some of those things. Now keep in mind, this is the price for the 9070 build at $29 for the 5070, but right now you can easily get the 5070 for under $600 brand new. Even Best Buy has the 5070 Founders Edition available at MSRP in certain states and has one at a store close to us, which we're probably going to pick up. And that's pretty incredible for 2025, mate, to have a graphics card at MSRP at the mid-range. You just won't be able to get the white one for under $600, mate, so RIP. So with that, let me know down below, did we cook or are we cooked? I think with the fans added, these things look insane. In terms of the battle of Nvidia versus AMD, the full benchmarks are over on my gaming channel, Weenie Tech Games. Link is down below. Go check it out to see which one reigns supreme. We also have a full series on Car Dealer Simulator, which we are absolutely obsessed with, and a series on Formula 125 My Team mode as well, using our absolutely beautiful sim rig, and the Hankster is involved in all of those videos. But in terms of my recommendation for these two particular cards, definitely get the 9070 at $600 over the 5070 at $629. It has more raw performance. FSR4 is slowly bridging the gap to DLSS, and importantly, it has the sweet spot of 16 gigabytes to Nvidia's paltry 12. The 5070 at $550 is a better prospect, but even still, I'd rather go for a 16 gigabyte card, so I'm still choosing the 9070 over the 5070 at these two different price points, because if you wanted to go with Nvidia for 16 gigabytes, you have to go to the 5070 Ti, and that's at least 750 spankers, mate, which is a pretty massive step up. If you're interested in the 5070 Ti, we have compared it with the 9070 XT, so go check that out in our previous video, mate. The link is down below. Finally, I know you're interested in whether or not we flip these bad boys. Unfortunately, we haven't so far, as we've been traveling, mate, but we are also going to be splitting the PC building and flipping into two different episodes. So the flipping videos will be focused on our profits, our sales, how to find deals, all that jazz, while these other videos will solely be focused on performance and building, mate. We're still going to be dropping a build video every single week, mate, but the flipping videos will likely be once every 2 weeks, so it's going to give us a bit more time to flip these things, and it's going to give us a bit more meat for those videos, mate. So every 2 weeks, you're going to be waking up with 2 videos from Hank, mate. What an absolute dream. Unfortunately for this particular video, Weenie don't make sales, so Weenie don't get toy, mate. Now get out of here and go watch the benchmark video. Me and the Weenie love ya. Goodbye.